Hello, cats and kittens, pups and pooches. It's a Q96. I'm back from my little business adventure. It didn't last long because the people didn't know what the hell they were doing. Pardon my language. I shouldn't say things like that, but it's true. And I'm tired of mincing words, trying to tiptoe around everybody. So bite me. We're gonna open some more penny rolls. And we're going to look at some of these pennies that are lying around on my desk, too. I think these are all 82s that fell out of the container yesterday. There should be 3, 4 of them. They got picked up off the floor. Yep, that's what that was. Okay, now I can get another roll. Yippee-i-oh. How many more? I don't know what roll I'm on. Yeah, I think they've decided they're not going to have their little yard sale, what with it being raining for the next 4 days. But they were trying to persuade me to set up outside. I'm like, I don't think that's going to happen, folks. See ya. So we're going to open some pennies. I don't care if anybody's watching or not. I just don't care anymore. Hi, Dawn. I'm just now back too, actually. I had a little meeting I had to go to about a yard sale that I knew what really wasn't going to happen. But now it's official that I'm not part of it because there's going to be 70% chance of rain, and I'm not that stupid. I know that people are not going to come out to a yard sale when it is pouring rain. They're not going to go out and get in their little cars and drive over here to the senior place to look at some old lady's 5-year-old clothes. So, yeah, alrighty. We're just going to play with some more pennies for a little bit. Oh yeah, I need my list. I gotta make a real chart, not this mess that I use. But it's serving its purpose for now. There's a copper. There's another 82. I got a special container for those. 2000 sickly. Still haven't found an elusive 2022. Probably won't for a while. And then I'll get a whole bunch of them and won't be able to stop them from showing up after I've got a million of them. Yeah, rain with no tornadoes. Yeah, that's always good. I'm not a big fan of tornadoes. Having grown up in Florida where we not only got hurricanes, but tornadoes, and sometimes you get them both at the same time. That was always fun. Yeah, that's one thing a lot of people don't remember about when Hurricane Andrew went through Florida. Did I hear something about Nichols? No. Am I supposed to hear something about Nichols? I've kind of been staying to myself, except that I was following the severe drop in the silver and gold prices today. I missed my chance about a month ago when gold was really high. I had some gold I was going to sell, and I was sick and didn't get it done, and now the price has dropped so much. I don't know what to do. What's going on? Whoa, what's going on with Nichols? First funnel cloud last week. Oh, I've seen a bazillion of them. It was so common in Florida that people almost tended to ignore them. And when Hurricane Andrew went through Florida, people don't realize that a couple of weeks after that, these huge tornadoes went through the west coast of Florida. and demolished a couple of big housing developments. And people really didn't hear about it because the news from Hurricane Andrew was so intense. Those tornadoes were like an afterthought. But my carport was blown down and I was 50 miles away from it. The roof of my carport came down and landed on top of my Suburban. And that was not fun. A lot of people lost their homes. And most of the country didn't really hear about it because the stuff about Hurricane Andrew was so in the news that it overshadowed the other. Yeah, I don't anticipate having a lot of people in my channel tonight. This is just a way of keeping a record of what I find in the box. And maybe some folks will check into it later. Like, oh yeah, I knew. No, actually, they're worth a little more than that. Nickels are worth more than it costs to make them. That I did know, yes. I'm not sure exactly how much right now, but it seems to me it was over 2 cents the last time I looked. I'll see if I can find it. Okay, check this out. A nickel composed of 25% nickel and 75% copper is worth about 16 cents in metal, or the melt value. Each nickel weighs 5 grams approximately and contains 1.25 grams of nickel and 3.75 grams of copper. And that was as of March 11th of this year. So there you go. For the record, you are not here. So it's substantially more than what you heard. Here we go. I'm going to paste that in here. There. Well, pennies are worth almost 3 cents, copper pennies. Oh, yeah, you could, but unfortunately, they'll bust your butt if you try melting them down. Just like the copper pennies. I mean, they're worth almost 3 cents a piece, I think, at the current rate. And they're supposed to stop making them next year, so a lot of people are hoarding them to see if they will be able to melt them at that time. I don't know what to do with them. I've got some. I've been sorting them out in hopes of finding somebody that is hoarding them that wants to pay me a slight profit for them. I haven't really pursued that yet, but that's what I was advised to do. And Andrew was bad. It was really bad. But it wasn't the only thing that was going on down in Florida that was bad at that time. And I didn't think it was fair that the people that were hit by the other disaster were virtually ignored. Okay, let's see if we get a DDO. Nope, that thing's pretty clean. No DDO there. And it's Mikey. It's Mikey. Yeah, my little business meeting didn't last very long. I didn't think it would. In fact, they screwed up again, and I can't wait to talk to the apartment manager. The original screw up was when they scheduled over my event, and then today she still didn't schedule, and she posted flyers but didn't put it on the calendar. And so they had yard sale meeting and Bible study scheduled in the same room at the same time. That wasn't working out too well. So I don't know what the hell these people are doing. But I'm going to talk to the management one more time about it, and then, well, the local manager, and then I'm going to talk to the management company, because technically, since this is a federally funded senior housing, they are supposed to be in control of all the events scheduled, and they are supposed to be providing events for us, and they are not doing that. And they are just letting people who live in the building schedule things here and there, and it's causing a lot of fights and disagreements because people aren't following the rules. And I'm hoping to be out of here by August anyway. Oh, I'm praying I can get out of here by August or Labor Day or somewhere around there. I got a lot of work to do to make that happen. But with gas having gone up and everything, and rents have gone up, the money I had put aside for the move is no longer a sufficient amount. So that's why I'm doing all these selling things. I've got an eBay store I'm working on. I've got a giant flea market thing that I'm working on. And I have to be real careful not to overdo myself while I do all this. Whee! And unfortunately, gold and silver have both dropped alarmingly today. So that's not helping me. Just let you know what, I'm confused. I got a mess here. And I so wanted to go detecting, but I could not chance it today with the wind being as high as it is. There's all kinds of crap blowing around in the air. I don't need it in my eye. So thought I'd work on something else for a while. Try and get my mind off of things, because I worked all day today on stuff for this big flea market thing. Oh, when I get ready to move, yeah, I will. My niece has said she will drive the truck for me and help me get settled in and then fly back. So that will be a tremendous help. I found a second complex up there to apply to that is in the same program that I'm in now. And I didn't even realize it, but the drummer of the band that I work for lives in that complex. So I've actually been in those units. I know exactly what they look like. So I've just got to call there on Monday and get their paperwork. And it's about 35 miles from the other one that I applied to, but it's in an area I'm familiar with. I used to have an indoor flea market booth about a mile from it. So it's another viable option. Oh, well, thank you, Dawn. That's very kind. Yeah, I just, I put a certain amount aside. Well, some of it was donated and some of it I sold some of my coin collection and some personal items, and I'm still selling things. But then gas prices went crazy and rent prices went crazy. So even though it is a rent controlled thing, it still changed the cost of the move by a lot. The cost to rent the truck has gone up. Everything has gone up. So I'm just steady working on trying to liquidate things so that I can, first of all, so I can use a smaller truck. Oh, I can't because it's in the box. Which one, the 77 or the one before it? I don't know what penny you're on. Third to last penny back. I can't because when I take them out from under the scope, I throw them in this big bin. So I have no idea how to find which one it was. I should probably go a little bit slower, but yeah, it's in the bin with a whole bunch of other pennies. Yeah, I'd never find it. I would never find it. I guess I should sit them aside for a minute before I throw them in the bin. Yeah, I'll start doing that in case somebody sees something I don't. I don't know. I would have to look. Another 82. I would have to look through the whole top layer of this box. And I probably would never find it. I just grabbed the top 10. I'll go back and look at those. But I think it might be the one that had the scratch on it rather than a P. There was one that had a scratch. It looked like something had hit it. Oh, there is a 2017P right there. There it is. Now, what am I looking at? Okay, hang on. This thing's locking up on me. Don't lock up. Why is my machine doing this? Oh, I see. Okay. 2017 P Lincoln cent became the first ever United States 1-cent coin to bear Philadelphia's P mint mark. The coin, which has already been discovered in circulation and will also be included in this year's uncirculated set, is a 1-year type coin. I did not know about that one. How did that escape me? I wonder how many of them I've thrown away. Thank you. I've been educated. But that was the first time they did it. And it says that it was a 1-year thing, according to this article. I'm waiting for the US Mint news to load up. This, of course, is from 2017. Philadelphia Mint quietly releases 2017 P Lincoln cent. One of the most important US coins in circulation over the past several days, and barely anyone noticed at first. The 2017 P Lincoln cent became the first ever 1-cent coin to bear a Philadelphia P mint mark. The 2017 P Lincoln cent was minted in recognition of the mint's 225th anniversary on April the 2nd. The addition of the P mint mark was an idea suggested by an employee at the Philadelphia Mint. The coin was intentionally released without fanfare to gauge how long it would take before the public questioned the mint about the authenticity of the novel 2017 P pennies. So that's the P mint mark has a relatively recent history on U.S. coinage. First appeared on the 1942 Jefferson 5-cent coin, which was the war nickel, one of the war nickels. Remained until the wartime composition returned to traditional 75-cent copper, 25% nickel, in 1945. P was reemerged in 1979 on the first Susan B. Anthony dollars, and was included a year later on all circulating mint nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins. You notice, not on pennies. So apparently the 2017 is the only penny. So thank you, Dawn, for pointing that lovely little thing out to me. I will be keeping my eyes open. No, it says it's worth about $5. What's on the back? It's a shield penny. No, it's a shield penny. And I skip most of the shield pennies, but I won't be doing that in the future. Yeah, it is considered a type. Let's see what they're worth. I mean, people are trying to on eBay to get like massive amounts for them, but the realistic price that I saw up there was $5. And it's not even that. Well, it might be now. In 2017, it was worth 50 cents. But here we go. Let's go to usacoinbook.com. See what they have to say about it. That's a good catch, Dawn. Really good catch. because I was just zipping right through there. Let me see if I can pull this up on the screen here. Yeah, I was just zipping right along. Didn't catch it at all. Uh, why did that not come up? Come on. Boy, I'm really, my system's really slow. There we go. This is what we want. All right, so I got it on the screen here. There we go. Got to scroll down a little bit. They don't even really have any values here listed for it, except on the MS65 uncirculated, it's worth 33 cents. So not a whole lot of value, but because it was the first, it does have some collectability. The melt value on it is 0.0095, which is high for a zinc penny, I guess. Woohoo! So there it is. This one looks a lot better than mine, obviously. But we got one. We didn't have one before. I'll be keeping my eye out to find a better one because this one's already got the crappy spots on the back of it that zinc pennies get. Nonetheless, that's a keeper. So we'll put that up there. Sure. I think I knocked that off. Okay, that's what I was looking at before. There we go. Back to our regularly scheduled program. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hold on to it. 1979, Mark. Except for the 40, I think it was 45 nickel, the war nickel that had the P on the back. The only other ones didn't come out with a P on them until 1979. And it was dimes, nickels, quarters, and halves, but no pennies. That's the only year penny. Is the one Dawn just caught. So good catch, Miss Dawn. Excellent. I wrote it on my list to keep an eye out for. I was not aware of that one because it's not like a real high value thing, but it's an interesting thing to have because it's the only time they did it. I'm surprised it's not worth more, and they are selling on eBay for some outrageous prices that I saw. Hey, Grandma Kelly! Hi, Grandma Kelly. You been out with your magnet today? I didn't get to go detect because the wind is blowing so much dirt around. I don't dare go out there and play in it and get that crap in my eye. Blind myself. That wouldn't be good. So we be staying in. Let's see if we got a wide AM. Not really. Too bad, so sad. What am I doing? Flip that over. After this, I got to get me a cookie Somebody gave me some really good chocolate macaroon cookies. They're excellent, but there's only 6 of them in the pack, so I leave the pack way far away from me, so then I can only consume one. I'll get up and get one and bring it back over. Oh, you're editing today. Oh, that's good. I'll look forward to seeing what you got. I've got some I need to work on myself, but when my concentration stinks, that's not a good time to edit. I have learned to stay away from the video software when your concentration level is not at peak performance. Because I can screw some stuff up. They are Poppy's Belgian chocolate macaroons. And oh my goodness, yum ola. And they're a big cookie, so I don't need to be eating like 10 of them. That's probably why they only come in a pack of 6. Let me show you my cookie here in a minute. I can get it to come up. There we go. Yeah, see, this is a substantial cookie. I thought they would be crispy. They're not. They're really soft. So that's my dessert. I ate dinner earlier, so yeah, that's my treat. And now we're going to open another roll. Yum. Yum, yum. Hey, Jackalope. Wisconsin. I wish. I said everything's going towards my move. I can't make any of these events. I'd love to, but the end will be that when I get relocated back to Michigan. I have a lot of friends up there that I can go do events with. Hey, Arnie. So I'm going to have to hold off on anything except I am trying to make a trip to Florida in June because I want to go see my brother before I move back up north, because I probably won't get back down there again, and my brother's older than me and he also has a lot of health issues. My friend has been trying for a week and a half, 2 weeks now, to transfer some Enterprise Plus car mileage over to me, and boy, have they made that difficult to do. But yeah, I'm trying for that, but that's going to take a chunk out of what I put back for my Michigan move. Hey, look, we got another one. But I need to do it because I need to go see my brother. It needs to happen. I was supposed to go a year and a half ago, and I have some money put away for that was given to me by someone in my channel who told me to go to Florida and metal detect and see my brother. So I need to use that money for that purpose, and I really need to go down there and do that. So that's what I'm shooting for. So all those other events are going to have to be skipped for this year. Yeah, I might see Mikey too. Yeah, rental car. Yes. My car will not go anywhere outside of this, pretty much this immediate area. It has 247,000 miles on it. And so it's not really something I would trust driving to Florida. The last time I went down from here, I had a rental car. Uh, it just, I don't, I don't want to be stranded somewhere and have to leave. Ooh, now there's a nice one. It's got a couple of little spots, but it's way better than the first one. So we'll throw that aside. Yeah, the rental car prices have like almost quadrupled in some areas. And I live in a really small town. We only have one place that rents cars, and they have really jacked the prices up. So my friend who lives in Texas, not Dawn, I have another friend that lives in Texas. Um, my friend Susan that lives in Texas recently had to take an extended trip to California to settle her father-in-law's estate, and they racked up a number of Enterprise Plus points, and so she was going to give me some of them. And it used to be she could just transfer them over to me, and it would take like 15-20 minutes. And we've been trying for 2 weeks now to transfer these points over because I wanted to try to get the car reserved before school gets out and people start reserving them for vacation. I have to call them again tomorrow because she has tried 3 times. Yeah, it is a really, really small town. Unfortunately, it's also kind of a small-minded town, but that's a whole different story. Um, anyway, we've been trying for a week and a half now to get these points transferred over so I can reserve a car for a few days to go down and see my brother. And we are having a hard time. It used to be you just went in, you filled in this little form, you know, and you put the person's Enterprise Plus account number in there and they transfer them over. Now you got to fill out they got to send an email to the certain address and fill out all this stuff, and they're supposed to take 2 days. Well, it's taken a week and a half, and we still haven't gotten anywhere with it. So I'm going to call them tomorrow and see what we can get going. I'm going to call her first. There's another one. So apparently they're pretty common. Anyway, I'm going to call her, see if I can get her on the phone. Then we're going to call them and conference call them and see if we can't get that transfer made. Because what used to cost me like $29 a day is now costing me $79 a day. And I just can't do that. That's for like the little car. So they know that we don't have an airport and we don't have any other rent-a-car places here, so they just price gouge the daylights out of us. It costs a lot of money to rent a car here. Mikey, you're wrong. It's not a key date that we're looking at. What we're looking at is the only penny that they have made with an actual Philadelphia mint mark. We looked it up. It's not an error. They did it on purpose. For the 225th year of the anniversary of the Philadelphia Mint. It's the only penny with a P mint mark. There are other coins with P mint marks. This is the only penny right here. We looked it up. Because Dawn's the one that caught it. And so then we went and looked it up, and that's why we're saving those. So there you go. La-di-da. Well, we know it's not worth much for in circulation condition, but they are almost all in circulation because when they released it, they did it that way on purpose. And because they wanted to see how long it would take for people to go, wait a minute, what's this? and today we did, hey, wait a minute, what's this? So that's why we're saving them. They're a novelty item. They're not a big money thing. But I had never seen one before. Most people, well, people have probably seen them and just not realized that's what it was. So anyway, I'm trying to find the best one I can find to put in my book. Yeah, we may have a little discussion about those on the next Lodo coin collecting show. They're selling on eBay for about $5. They're not worth $5, but that's what they're selling for. Some of them are selling for a lot higher than that because people are looking for gullible buyers that would spend more money than something is worth, which is a notorious thing that happens on eBay on a pretty regular basis. I see some of the most ridiculously overpriced rip-off coins on there. Oh my gosh. Turo. Not sure I understand that one. I'm kind of coin illiterate for somebody that does a coin show. But I admit it. I don't try to act like I know a bunch of stuff I don't know. There's another one. Duh, you think, Mikey? Really? I would have never thunk it. Arnie, it doesn't make any difference. We've only got one car rental place in this town. This is a really small town. So I could go to that site and they're still going to charge me the same amount as what our local place charges. If I want to drive to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, I can save a few bucks, but that's over an hour away. You can't rent what doesn't exist. But Ravenhawk went to a bigger town. I'm up in the mountains. Oh, I'll give it a try, but I'm telling you, I've already searched like 10 of those sites that are supposed to get you the big discounts. In this area, you don't get them. We don't have any big towns. The closest big town is Roanoke. And that's over 100 miles from here. So by the time you go up there and get the car and then drive back, you know, you put a couple 100 miles there, you know. you haven't really saved anything. I mean, I'll look and I'll let you know what I find, but um, we don't get the discounts like other areas do. They sock it to us because they know they can. They are. It's brutal. I've never seen anything like it. Ooh, there's a really nasty one. So, but yeah, I'm trying to get that one's better. Get to see my brother. My brother actually showed up in the live stream yesterday while I was looking at some quarters for errors that he's never done before. He has watched some of my detecting videos because he likes detecting. But yeah, he was actually in here yesterday. I really appreciated all my lovely viewers telling him to keep me in line. That was pretty funny. We all know that's not possible. Ah, timber. Oh my goodness. We're not doing much here. A few coppers. So far, I haven't found any Wheaties, and since I came back on. Uh, Let me see. What am I looking at? Oh, nothing. I don't think there's anything I need to know about this. Nope. Except that it's copper. Okay. We're going to do something real quick. We're going to find what was it? What's the name of it, Arnie? Turo. All right. All right. I'm there. Turo.com. Car rentals near you. Where? I'm going to fill this in and see what they offer me. All right, let's search. Huh. I put in the name of my town and it didn't even recognize it. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, it didn't even recognize my town. It just blanked it out. Yeah. Nope, absolutely nothing in my town. Nada. Here's one that's 20 miles away, and I'm going to guess that's probably Mount Airy, North Carolina. No, Withville. Yeah, there's not even one in my town. So that answers that. Yep, nothing in my town. But I checked, Artie. I did check, but they don't even have anything in my town. And the one that was in Withville, which is 20 something miles away, was $69 a day. And that was for a Kia. So there you go. Yeah, it's just, this is a bad place to live for a number of reasons. That's one of them right there. So, alrighty. Hi, Silver Slinky. Let's bust open one more roll here. Come on, Wheaties. I need some breakfast, oh champions. Cause I do. Need something. 82. Put that in that tube there. Yeah, I have searched and searched trying to find the best deals. And we just don't get them. Because I was spoiled. I could get fairly cheap cars when I lived in Michigan. I could get fairly cheap cars when I lived in Georgia. Then I came here. We're going to price gouge you till you bleed. Yeah, there's not even any listed in my town at all. So we're back to trying to get those Enterprise Plus points transferred over. It's got a special box for that. We'll look at those later. Yeah, it's wild. I have the same problem with medical care. Come and take me where? To Florida? Or to Withville? Oh my God. I just shot a penny across the room. I didn't mean to. It just happened. Oh my goodness. Guess what? Because I'm going to be down there for a week. That's the thing. But I am going to do some metal detecting while I'm there. Go see Florida Thunder Digging with Rob and Park Rat Pat. Maybe the Weedy Boys. Florida? Are you kidding? Wow, we could tear that place up. I'm from Florida. I know Florida. Oh my God. I'll let you know. My brother would be very, very happy if I could come see him. Because I was supposed to go a long time ago. And then COVID, I was down there when COVID first started. So I had to come back home early. And my brother quarantined and I quarantined. And then I got really sick and I couldn't go see him. And he was still quarantined. So we've just never been able to make it happen. And now I'm finally feeling well enough to do it. And this car thing has just been insane. You know, the prices on everything are just, wow. You know, I'm like, what the heck happened? So when is the Wisconsin thing? I didn't pay much attention because I knew I couldn't go. I mean, I heard about it. I just didn't pay much attention. because like last year, well, this year I was supposed to go to what you call it, Florida, the thing in Florida that Greg does. I was supposed to go to that. I had reservations for a car and everything, and too sick to go. So, magnet fishing. Got a magnet in the back seat of my car, ready to roll. It's not a very powerful one, but it's like I tell Florida hunt. Thank you. Yeah, last year I was supposed to go to Florida hunt. Then this year I was supposed to go to Florida hunt. Didn't make either one of them. Last year I had the car rented. I had my room reserved. I had everything ready to go. And then when I couldn't go, I was instead supposed to go over to Virginia Beach and go metal detecting with Gigmaster. And I had that embolism and didn't get to go do anything. So I'm trying to get that done because, like I said, once I get back up to Michigan, I don't know if I will be able to travel down to see my brother again for a while. It's a lot cheaper to do it from Virginia than it is from Michigan, and a lot faster too. It's like 9-hour drive to my brother's from where I am now, and it would be more like a 19 once I get to Michigan. So yeah, it's a big difference. Yeah, I'm funny about magnet fishing. I do not want a powerful magnet because I don't want to get stuck on something that I can't pull up or pull off of. So my magnet's only about 350-pound pull. That's fine. I've never seen any 350-pound guns or or fishing equipment or anything like that. I really don't want to pull up a motorcycle. So plus it was free. So people at Brute Magnets gave it to me for free a while back. Yeah, I see no point in a 1,500-pound pull. I can't, whatever I got stuck on with that bad boy, I'd never be able to get it out anyway. So why have it? You know, that's for me, that's inviting trouble for myself. You know, I mean, some of these young guys, that's one thing, but not for a 70-year-old lady. I just think it's overkill. And I do okay when I go with my little one. No, I don't have a grappling hook because I don't do it often enough to invest in that. I am really more of a metal detectorist, but I do have the magnet, and I actually use it. I probably abuse it because I will take my magnet sometimes to a really junk filled area that I want to detect, and I will swing it over the ground and pick up bottle caps and nails and that kind of stuff and clear my detecting path in that way. It, of course, isn't going to pick up everything, but it'll pick a lot of crap out of the way, screws and nails and that kind of stuff. And then I don't have to dodge it with my detector. So I have done that on several occasions. It's helped me save time on picking up crap off the ground. There's in fact, I was going to take it today because I was going to go up to this little park, but the wind was so bad, I didn't go. But I thought I would detect for a while, and there's a stream not very deep, but there's a stream that runs all the way through this park. And a lot of people go through there. They try to jump over the stream and they walk over it on the rocks and that kind of stuff. So I figured, well, there's a possibility that they may have dropped some things in there that I could fish. So, and now it's supposed to rain for the next 4 days, so I won't be able to get down there. Oh, nothing in that roll. But no, I don't want to try to pull up big stuff. That's not. Yeah, I see how you've got yours set up, Grandma. I was watching your Nevada stuff the other day, and I saw how you had your hook and your magnet rigged. And I might try that at some point, but like I said, I don't get out enough magnet fishing to have a lot invested in it. The magnet was given to me when I first started my channel, and because where I lived, we had a small stream running through there, and I had just casually mentioned in one of my live streams that I wouldn't mind having one, and somebody from Brute sent me this one. It is that someone had returned, so they gave it to me for free. There was nothing wrong with it. The person just wanted a stronger one, and I discovered that it's probably all I need when I got it stuck to my metal detecting shovel in the back seat of my car, and it took me about 3 days to unstick it. So I'm happy with what I have for what I do with it. I mean, if I went more often, I probably would want one a little better. But like I said, I'm mostly a detectorist and just kind of keep that on the side there. So, I mean, I like the whole concept of it. My dad years ago had this, I mean, we're talking in the late 60s, early 70s, had this great big magnet. I don't know where he got it from, that he would take it out in his boat because we had a lot of tourists that would go fishing around our area, and he would take it out in the boat and drag it around in the lake. And for the longest time, we used to have this little Evinrude trolling motor that my dad actually caught with that magnet. He absolutely, oh gosh, that's horrible. Poor duck. But anyway, yeah, he used to catch motors, and he would see guys drop their fishing poles or have their pole yanked out of their boat because they weren't paying attention, and he'd go out there and try to get their fishing stuff out with that magnet. My dad was ahead of his time. He also had one of the early metal detectors that they sold at Sears. He traded a guy some fishing stuff for it. We had it for about a year, and then he traded it for an outboard motor. But he found a couple gold rings, and sometimes I'd go with him up to the lake, and I didn't want to go out fishing. I'd go metal detect around the boat ramp, find me some money, fishing lures for my dad, you know, stuff like that. But after that, the detector that my dad had came from Sears, but it turns out they were actually made by White, so it was a pretty good machine. My dad was buried wearing a gold ring he found with it. So, but yeah, I used to like to play with it, and then I never had another metal detector until just a few years ago. But that was where I first experienced it. My dad had that great big magnet. My brother did something with it. I don't know what he did. But, yeah, I want to try that little stream at the park because it's not little in length, but it's not very deep. And like I said, I see people all the time jumping over it and walking through it and trying to jump from rock to rock. Ooh, there's a good 64. And so, I've never seen anybody down there with a magnet. So I want to see what's been dropped. I live in the southwest corner of the state of Virginia, just off the Blue Ridge Parkway, in a little town called Galax. Rhymes with X-lax for a reason. Uh, we're almost in North Carolina. I live 25 miles from Mayberry. Actually, no, on the western side of the state, but on the east coast of the United States. I live 25 miles from a town. Whoops, I got to check for my wide. I didn't get it. A town called Mount Airy, North Carolina, on which Mayberry was based. Hey, I'm telling the truth, Dawn. I live here every day. It's not a great place to live. It's a nice place to visit. It is. It's a nice place to visit. There's a lot of little quaint antique shops and stuff like that. But it really lacks in things like medical care, transportation, jobs. It's a pretty little town, but it's not for me. There's another one of those. It's not a good place for me to live. For a number of reasons. So, and I never intended to be here this long. I only intended to be here for about 6 months, but I ended up being here. Okay, let's look for the close AM. Did not get it. But then I had a pulmonary embolism and had to learn how to walk all over again and a bunch of stuff like that. So I got stuck here. And I am finally getting where I'm well enough to move on. Regardless of what happens with my eye, with the biopsy on my eye, the rest of my health is I'm good. I'm functional again. So while I am functional again, I'm trying to get my trip to see my brother done and my move to Michigan done, because once I go back to Michigan, I have no plans on leaving. I would have considered going back to Florida, but it's just too expensive for me. And the waiting lists for senior housing there are years long. So And I have a great support system of people in Michigan, and I love the place, so that's where I need to be. The only reason that I left, yeah, I got a lot of 2021s, but I want 2022. Uh, so anyway, that's my goal, is to go to Florida, see my brother, do a couple, 3 days of metal detecting. Um, I've still got a sad thing I need to do when I'm down there, and that is to finish scattering my friend Tommy's ashes. I know where they need to go. I just had to leave the state early because of the COVID thing, and I did not get that completely done. So that needs to happen. And then I can, in good conscience, go back to Michigan knowing that I have everything covered. Yeah, really, me too, Dawn. I'm trying to decide if I want to open another roll or not. Oh, I think I will. I'll open one more and then I'm going to quit. I got some clothes I have to sort out for this massive. They have this like several mile long flea market yard sale thing that happens twice a year in the neighboring town of Hillsville. And I figured it would cost a lot of money to set up for the 4 days, because down in Florida, it would cost $500 to do this thing. But I have permission to metal detect at our local VFW, and they're part of this big thing. So I'm getting 4 days for $62. And I'm going to try to sell a bunch of the stuff that I have in my storage that I do not need. I do not want to move it. So, nope, no wide one there. And you have to pay the 62 whether you do 2 days or 1 day or 4 days. I don't know that I will do all 4 days, but I do have the event tent and with the sides and all of that stuff from when I was doing jewelry shows. So I'm gonna try and liquidate a bunch of stuff. So I've got a lot of clothes. I've got a clothes rack I have to assemble that I've had for 2 years. Never put it together. But when I was in the hospital, I lost over 40 pounds. So I got lots of clothes I need to get rid of that are, some of them are like brand new. Just got done looking through a roll of Wheaties, found absolutely nothing. Well, you found Wheaties, but you know, that's more than I'm getting. I like Wheaties. I'm not getting much here. Look for the wide AM. Nope, not her. I mean, I've been through almost half this box and I've only found 5 Wheaties. 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that a Wheatie? Let's see what that is. Nope, that was a borderline. So I've only found 4 Wheaties in this whole box. It has not been productive. And 2 of those were in the same roll. I thought I was going to be rescued by that, but no, didn't get her. Didn't get her. And the worst part is I have to roll these all back up. Oh my goodness. Now I sit here and watch TV and roll them up. It's not that bad. Not that bad. I just wish I'd find more goodies. Yeah, Jackalope, while I'm doing this, explain those terms. I mean, I know what they are, but this is, my channel is a Lodo kind of beginners. But tell her what the letters stand for. If you don't know, I'll jump in here in a minute. Now, RPM's pretty obvious. It's repunched mint mark. Just what he said. Where it's been punched more than once. So they're a little funky. You kind of, once you've seen one, well, let me see if I can pull one up and show you. That would be educational. I'll just pull one up and put it on the screen. There we go. There's one with a picture. I can get over here and pull this up on the screen for you. Sometimes I don't stop and think, oh yeah, I can just show you. Well, I just happened to grab the first one that came up, and this is a 1957. See if I can. These are not very good pictures. Maybe I can make it bigger. There we go. I don't know if this is really helping any, but anyway. I'm gonna read you the little paragraph. This is a 1957 dated Lincoln wheatback cent with a die break strike error on the obverse, commonly known as a BIE error. No mint mark denotes it as a Philadelphia mint strike. The die break during the minting process caused a glob of metal in between the B and the E in Liberty. This type error stripe can be found on many different dates and from both Philadelphia and Denver minted cents. So that's what a BIE is. I did, and that was as much as I could dial it in. Now that's my coin that's under there now. But I'm on a desktop, so touching my screen doesn't do anything. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Anyway, that's kind of an explanation of what it is. In his case, he had a roll that was nothing but wheat pennies. And so he was specifically looking over at Liberty for that blob. So there's not one on this coin, of course, but Anyway, that's what he was doing with a whole roll of Wheaties, looking for those type things. Ooh, my hands are dirty. I don't have gloves on today. Copper in the hopper. Yeah, I'm gonna quit after this one. My neck is starting to get a little sore. I've been on the computer too much today. I was trying to work on my eBay store. Got some things I need to get listed, try to sell that way. Like I said, I'm working on liquidating as many things as I can. It's kind of like I'm keeping things I can't replace, but if it's something I can replace when I get to Michigan, I don't see any reason to haul it. Cheap furniture and that kind of stuff. Now, my bedroom set, that's a whole different animal. Those are 1940s furniture, and they were my furniture when I was a kid, so I won't be getting rid of that. But like this desk is about to collapse. It's not worth hauling. I've had it several years, and it wasn't expensive when I got it. And I broke the top with I set a penny box on it, and it was too heavy. And I set it in just the wrong place, so it won't be going with me. There's a lot of things that just aren't gonna go. So I'd rather keep my personal items than a bunch of cheap furniture, because there's a bazillion thrift stores where I'm going, and I will be able to replace pretty much anything. So I don't see any point in hauling that kind of stuff. I can get a smaller truck that way. Costs me less truck rental and less gasoline, because I will be towing my car behind me. I've done it twice now. I got that down to a science. I want to take it back to Michigan. I want to take it back to the guy I bought it from and ask him if he'll buy it back from me. Hey, I only paid $1,300 for that car, like in 2015. I've been driving it all this time, and it's been a really good car, but it's getting tired now. I take it back home to Michigan. Last penny. I'm all done playing now. Alrighty. Yeah, M3 is that big. Actually, Dawn, he weighs 15 pounds. He's huge. Mikey has seen M3 break things on my channel before. When I lived down in Georgia, I had all my stuff set up in a utility closet, and M3 wreaked havoc. He would tear some stuff up, knock me offline. I'd be like in the middle of a live stream, and the boy would just tear my show up. And everybody would patiently wait for me to get rebooted and get back online. Oh, yeah, M3 can do some harm now. He is heavy duty. And he's looking at me right now like he's trying to think of a way to take care of it. Oh, my goodness. All right, gang. Well, we still got quite a bit of the box left, but I've got to go take my meds, and do a couple other things tonight, and my throat's starting to crack, so I think I need to bail on the deal. I'm going to find me a plastic tube to put these special pea pennies in. And that doesn't sound right, pea pennies. Oh, no, that doesn't sound good at all. Oh, I got a bunch of pea pennies. It really doesn't sound good when you live in the old folks' home. Yeah, buddy. All right, we'll put those in there for now. Let me see. On that note, folks, I think I'm done. I'm starting to get slap happy over here. And I do have to get up early in the morning because my nurse comes on Fridays and she's got to rebandage some wounds and check me out, make sure I'm still functional. So thank everybody for coming, and I will probably be online sometime tomorrow doing more pennies. I just pop up whenever. Yeah, those were some nasty pennies. Yes, they were, and I got to go wash my hands now. The very thought of it. Thank you all so much for your support, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Goodbye.